Make it make sense. Make it make sense. 2 crashes, 2 airliners, 1 helicopter. 2 crashes, 2 airliners, 1 helicopter. Make it make sense. 2 airliners, 1 helicopter in 3 days. You connect the dot, you connect the dots, you do the math. I'm just saying, there are no coincidences whatsoever. There are no coincidences. Causes and effects. Always causes and effects. My heart goes out to all the families who lost their lives, to their loved ones who have to bear this heavy emotional trauma. It's unfortunate. My heart is heavy. I do sympathize and I feel the pain for those who are now experiencing this unprecedented circumstances. I believe, from my vantage point, from my common sense, that both crashes could have been avoided. Unfortunately, we have to deal with the consequences, causes and effects. Now, I have read several stories. I have seen videos, and my own theory in all of these things that I've read and seen footages and whatnot, my theory is this: there was human error, human negligence, and incompetence. These 3 words is what I can make sense of the whole ordeal. Human error, human negligence, and human incompetence may be playing a factor here. But I came up with a formula. I will share that very soon. But my heart goes out to those who have lost their lives and the family members that now have to bear this heavy sorrow as they mourn their loved ones' transition. Unfortunate, but this is where we are today. The first crash, helicopter collided into an American airline as it was in the process of landing. It has already reached its destination on January 29th at approximately before 9 p.m. At first, when I saw the footage on the news, I was shocked. I was like, what happened? Then a lot of feeds came in and people were saying different things and no one knew what was really going on. That was January 29th. Yesterday, January 31st, within 72 hours or less, another plane crashes in Philadelphia, killing 7 people. 6 people on board and 1 person, about 19 or 20 other people injured. 67 people lost their lives in the first crash in Washington, D.C. as that plane was about to land. Unfortunately, a helicopter that was flying at close proximity collided with that American airline, causing its crash, and this is where we are today. But again, all I'm saying is connect the dots. Connect the dots. Do the math, do the puzzle in your head. There are no coincidences. Things happen, and you just have to think for your own self. No one is telling you what to think about, but do sympathize with those who have lost their lives and those who now have to bear this heavy burden of sorrow for their loved ones. Now, it's very interesting though. I've read in Times magazine, well, Times, not magazine, but most of Times website, and other websites, even NPR stated that last year, Elon Musk and the former Federal Aviation Administrator, Mike Whitaker, they had a duel. They pretty much didn't like each other. I'm not going to share what I've read because I don't know how true it is. I wasn't there when all the feud became what it was. However, you can read at your own discretion. Whenever you feel like to go search on Google, you can search for that. But both of them don't like each other due to Elon Musk's desire to go to space. Mike Whitaker has stated numerous times that Elon Musk is just doing anything he feels like doing without first asking the FAA, Federal Aviation Administration, before you even shoot a rocket into the sky or into space. You have to get permission from the government. You have to consult with people. But he does it without consulting anyone. They even fined him hundreds of thousands of dollars that he contested at a superior court. But again, I don't want to go into that because it's really not that important. However, it's part of the connecting of the dots. Anyway, Mike Whitaker, former Federal Aviation Administrator, he resigned this year. Matter of fact, last month, he resigned. And as he resigned, it's quite unfortunate. His resignation created a big void. He was not replaced until this recent crisis, this crash in Washington, D.C. And during Trump's press conference, which I felt like some of the things he was talking about does not reflect fully, in my view, the situation at hand. But he felt common sense should tell you why that crash happened. Now, I don't know what he's saying now with this recent crash in Philadelphia. Now, if you connect the dots, use your own mental faculties to decipher what's really going on, you can see it's human error, negligence, and incompetence. But I'll also add now my formula in all of this. And it's something I came up with. You can't find it anywhere. I came up with because I am a thinker. I think without boxes. I think without societal boxes. I just think. What I came up with is America's capitalistic grade. America capitalistic grade. And the word grade is an acronym. The acronym is greed, revenge. You can interchange the words based upon the circumstances at hand. So first one is greed, which is a G, revenge, which is R, A, addiction, A, addiction, D, destruction, E, exploitation. Keep in mind, greed, America's greed, revenge, addiction, destruction, exploitation. In every situation, apply the GRADE acronym. You can interchange the letters however you please, but I think the G, D, and possibly E can remain as greed, destruction, and exploitation, but you can interchange the letters to mean whatever you want it to mean based on the circumstances. So I'll leave it at that. Now, human lives have been lost in both crashes. Terrible, terrible, terrible circumstances right now. This is going to now put a lot of fear in people's subconscious mind. A lot of emotions are flaring. People are going to be rethinking about flying. Now remember, Boeing had a lot of crashes. Those planes were just dropping from the sky, or the door would just fly off before takeoff. I mean, it sounds funny, but imagine if you were on the plane. And I watched a documentary one time where it was talking about Boeing, some of the mistakes. One particular part that was not projected in all of this is, where is the human error, the negligence, and the incompetence in all of this? These are places we have to first of all explore, because it's going to show you what's really going on and who's really behind it. Whether it was done intentionally or unintentionally, someone has to really look into the matter and find who the culprits are. But such is life. This is where we are, and we have to come to terms with it. So this will be my part one. This is my first analogy, my first analysis of the whole ordeal. Again, my heart goes out to those who lost their lives. It's unfortunate. Go to any platform right now. It's the talk of the town. It's the talk of the nation. And again, a lot of people want to be second guessing if they want to fly again or fly anytime soon. But again, this is Beacons of Light. Just be it. There's nothing to it. It's the only way of being. You don't have 200 years to live on this planet. Make sure you go out every day to become your greatest versions of yourself. Part one, part two will come as I get more information about what's really going on, what has happened, and where we go from there. Until then, take care of yourself. Hug your families, members. Call somebody that you haven't called in a while, that is your family member or your friend. Whenever I encounter these type of situations, it always reminds me of how sudden things can happen off the whim. You can hurt yourself, you can lose your life. And that's why I always say on this channel that you need to go out every day to become your greatest versions of yourself, because you don't have 200 years to live on this planet. Again, change your mindset, change your behaviors. Go out and you can heal yourself and change your situations if you just do the work mentally. The mental protects, controls the physical. The moment you change your mindset, you can change yourself, you can heal yourself, you can change your situations. All right, on to the next one, Beacons of Light. Just be it, your greatest self in this lifetime. Peace and always love. Thank you.